5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had. Bring him out. Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert. All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out.
You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, God damn it. Here I am. Welcome to the Romello Marcellus Show. I'm he is me. You know the rest. Man, I tell you, a lot of people got a lot of nerve, a lot of gall with the things they doing out here now. Yeah, man. I was looking at dang, I don't even want to get abroad, no shine, man. Anyway, anytime you can sit back and you can talk about things that are, I guess they're common sense and common knowledge, you know, with our culture, our people, it's senseless. You know what? I'm not even going to dignify it. Yeah, man, I'm not even going to dignify it. I can't even do it. I can't do it. Yeah. I know y'all saw the post. Y'all are here. Let's get it started. You know, I chose that image or those images because in the day and age we live in, we have very few traditional men. We have these newfound modern COVID guys, dudes, who are willing to take leadership from a woman on her throne. You had to see the fun in it, man. I thought it was funny. I mean, it's really not a funny thing, but it's funny in the status we're in. Yeah. Yeah, man. If you're on Instagram, man, let me know if you can see me. Let me know whether you can hear me good on Instagram. Throw a thumbs up. One second. I'm actually bringing Instagram in. Bear with me. All right. They say I'm live over there. Someone said I'm live. All right, cool. Let's move on, man. Look, I got to jump right into this, man. A lot of us are feeling the heat. You know, we have all sorts of different minions out here, you know, professing to be things that they know not anything of. And it's a shame that we're continuing to lose. Hang on 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, damn it, I'm live. All the way around, goddamn it, finally. I need to get a producer. Somebody can sit here and handle this shit for me. Anyway. We back. Let me put this in perspective, man. Is you know, I guess a lot of the things we dealing with now are new. And the way we get together now is actually new. You know, you got to look at it over the last year. There have not been really a lot of outings. So chances of meeting people and the way we've met people or are meeting people now is kind of diminished. I mean, the personal direct thing. So there's a lot of online connections. And, you know, in these spaces, man, people could be anything and anyone they want to be. But the one thing is true and sure is that most parties are never going to change in regards to the things they require to feel good about some shit that they've already made a decision about doing. Now, either you are a willing participant or just a victim of someone else's circumstance, that is what remains to be seen. Um, I stand firm with belief that most motherfuckers out here nowadays, they're not looking for love, they're looking for help. So if that's you, you know, this is your show. The topic tonight is dating today a shit show? You know, the only ones that would beg to differ are the ones that are winning. And there's been so many different claims to who's winning, whether it's the hoes, whether it's the alphas, whether it's the betas. Well, betas ain't never really won, but yeah, that's kind of the commentary or the conversation. So my take on it is this: most move into circles with expectations of the "what have you done for me lately" thing, and yeah, it's usually an individual who is about anything. You know, most seek things that they're not able to provide for themselves because they're looking for you to provide it for them, whether it's a tank of gas or a steak dinner or a trip somewhere, which is basically the thing. Now, I can't attest to that for myself, but I've heard stories. Now, it's not just ladies. You got some fellas out here looking for help too, who do that sucker shit. And yeah, not willing to pull a weight, but want someone else to pull the weight. Yeah. My thought to that is this: date yourself, fuck folks, get happy and get comfortable with being with you. Allow that to be enough. This is the world we living in right now, y'all. If you didn't meet him 20 years ago, you better believe the majority of these jokers out here got some shit with them. And it's a crapshoot. You got to be willing to shoot dice. Shoot the dice or throw yourself in the dirt. Yeah. Listen, as a matter of fact, I want to share something with y'all, man. Hang on one second. I want to share something with you that I thought that was kind of funny to me. And yeah.
I, Danielle, take you, Zeus, to be my lawfully wedded financial supporter. I vow to stress you the fuck out and eat off your plate for the rest of our lives. I will go through your phone in sickness and in health and accuse you of cheating whether I have found proof or not. I promise to gain weight and let myself go until you no longer want to stick your penis inside of me. When times get rough between us, I will complain more and listen less, never pray about it, and make us both look stupid by airing all of our business on Facebook. And even though I got pregnant on purpose to trap you into marrying me, I still won't tell you about all the guys I let slip me. I vow to love you for the rest of my life and never, ever leave you. As long as you don't lose your good paying job with benefits, or I'll leave you for someone with good dick and money.
Wow. Is this what it's about? Because honestly, damn, I mean, that's direct and to the point. Fellas, ladies, I mean, the same is applicable to you too when it comes to your losing. You know, damn, she was straight up about what she wanted to do. Hang on, I have to share it over here on Instagram. I'm gonna let them see it. 1 second. Shame. So relationships a shit show. That's the question. That little clip right there about a couple getting married and a woman stating all the things that she desired to the man or the male. Is that where all roads lead to? Because usually that's where it begins. Now, my question is this. Fellas, if you got a lady, how strong of a leader are you? And a leader doesn't mean that you are controlling or domineering and putting your feet to the neck and that kind of thing. How much guidance are you giving? How much safety and security are you offering? Yeah. And it's not all about what you can do out of the gate. It's about what you're showing that you have intact for you, meaning you live in your purpose. You're doing what it is you have to do to acquire and take care of you. Yeah. Sure, you got the trinkets, man. You got the little things that happen here and there that you need to do to let the individual know that you appreciate them. But where's the end game? What is the end game? How far is this thing going? Usually you don't get that. You get the expectations. Now, here's the thing. How many of us want someone around us that's going to spend our money for us on what they want? I don't give a shit how much you got. You got to have some sense about it and sensibility. And there's limits to that shit. You know, people show up. We're all used up to some degree, and we expect the world. How much are we putting into that world? Dating's a shit show. You think about it. You meet an individual, you have the same conversation that you had 10 or 15 times over. You told them where you are, where you're from, what school you went to, where your mama lived, where your daddy lived, where your kids are, what sports kids play, if you got any. Don't have any kids? Okay, we talk about the cat, talk about the dog, all of these things. When honesty saves so much time. You know, we all have eyes in our heads and we all feel what we want to feel. But nobody has the time to play the games anymore. Life is so fragile. Listen, over the last 3 weeks, how many people have we actually heard on a national platform or national, in some way nationally recognized people who have passed away? There has not been a week that's gone by that has not been at least 2. And in our own personal communities, people are checking out of here, young and old, for whatever the reasons are. And you mean to tell me y'all want to still be playing these bullshit games with each other? Y'all, anything. You lack value in yourselves. I mean, you misrepresent yourself. Honesty saves so much time. That's right, Corley Barbie. Everything is honesty is key, man. And most folks are not willing to do it. You know, they want to sit across from you and tell you all kinds of fantabulous things, knowing damn well they have no intent on even providing any of that. You know, there's a quote I put up a few months ago, basically saying, well, look, all we want to do is lay with each other for a few hours. Why are we making this shit difficult? If you're grown, go and handle it. Handle the business. Don't make it anything more than what it is, you know. Listen. Average single male. Average single male. That's actually looking. Goes on at least 3 dates a week. And that's low end in this day and age. We're not talking about the video chats. We're not talking about the emails or the texts and that kind of shit. We're out talking about actual going out and spending time. 3 dates a week. Now let's say, okay, in this day and age now, the average date is going about $120. All right, and that doesn't even cover his gas. And while he's pursuing and chasing some ass, how low is his cash? Not trying to rhyme. That's just an inherent thought that I'm having, because I'm viewing this person doing these things. But sisters, y'all do it too, and y'all have expectations of an individual to do these things that this guy's doing. As y'all say, which is one of the lamest colloquialisms, oh, to get to know you better. You need to get to know you. Fuck him. Know what it is you want and you desire, because honestly, that is what's going to sustain relations, meaning knowing what you desire, meaning knowing yourself, knowing what it is and who it is you are, and presenting that. Most are not willing to do it because we are all, or excuse me, the majority of us feeling some kind of way about what we think we lack, and if an individual is going to deal with us. Matter of fact, here's a bigger question, right? Ladies, if a man is laying with you, do you feel that you are entitled to him to pay your bills? Do you believe that? Just because a man's laying with you. Welcome to the show.
There he is. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man. Can't call it, man.
Nah, you can call it.
Trying to get to the bottom of the things, man. Get some understanding.
Look, you got a real topic out here today, huh?
Oh yeah, man. Dating's a shit show. You think about it, man. Listen, I'm gonna flip the script, and I'm gonna give you a scenario, just brief, and I'm gonna let you run with it. Ladies, on the flip side of this coin, right? When we measure the value of one another as we engage, on our side, it's usually the monetary thing, because we are in a selective sexual pecking order. We can only touch and twist the only thing that's offered to us unless we take it. And if you take it, then goddamn, there's a place for you. But other than that, we can only touch or see whatever it is you allow us to see. So let's just say the roles were reversed. Now you were the pursuer and we were the pursuee. And every time you took us out, you had to take us out to a shot of ass. That would get real old. Right or wrong? your look is priceless. It's priceless. I'm just saying. Listen, what I'm basically getting at is this. Just like this conversation is not costing you nothing but some time. If you don't like it, pay me no mind. Go on your way. But if we engage it, gotta have an open mind. Gotta be able to receive both parties' positions, and where it can be an imposition, and those that are willing to take on that imposition, do they really mean you any well? How did they lead, or did they lead with that? Did they? His face. What's on your mind?
I'm just listening, man. I mean, this entire topic it's been skewed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. People don't understand that both sides of the coin have been hurt. And both sides of the coin are doing what they can. Just go fix it, son. Go fix it. Excuse me 1 second. Ross. Ross. Go fix it, and I will come later. Okay. I just told you. All right. Have a good day. Boy, the problems of a 7-year-old, I'm telling you, the world is just coming to an end when the PlayStation don't come on.
Hey, man.
But yeah, but like I was saying, man, people on both sides are hurt. And we forget the fact that everybody's guarded right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's guarded. And the biggest challenge that we face, and I got my boy Prep on here, he gonna love this. But the biggest thing that we face is the fact that what got us here is the fact that we're still trying to compete with each other.
Yeah.
Men are trying to compete with women, and women are trying to compete with men. And that's not how it's supposed to go. When you're in a competition, neither side is going to be willing to yield.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you can truly get to a point where one side is truly going to say, you know what, I get it, is because you have to be genuine. And you got to be transparent. Now, sometimes people do that. I get it. Sometimes people do that. And it doesn't go the right way. But the thing about it is, if you have found somebody that is taking your genuineness and not appreciating it, then you need to go. The problem is we overlook the red flags so frequently because we want to mold and we want to do this and we want to make the person into the person that we want them to be, as opposed to the person that they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, man, dating today is rough because everybody is not everybody, but a vast majority are out trying to fulfill selfish molds because they're just saying, well, shoot, if I can't be happy, let me at least get something out of it.
Yeah. And that's basically what I'm speaking to as far as the shit show. And it's like you think about it, why subject yourself to that? If you need that kind of stimuli, there's many different ways to get it. Go to church, go help some blind kids, do something else other than subject yourself to that, for temporary medication. I guess that's what it is. When we want to.
Let's look at your point. Church, all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's no instantaneous gratification on that.
Yeah.
You got to work for that. But when it comes to this dating scene, no matter how toxic it is, whenever you're ready for instantaneous gratification, you can get it.
Right there. Where one won't, others will.
And so people are just like, you know what, man? I done had such a long week. These kids getting on my nerves. This job getting on my nerves. I'm not happy with where I am. I'm going to go to this club and I'm going to just let it all hang out. Yep. And I'm going to enjoy myself. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to start my terrible week all over again the next week.
Running them out.
It's a bad cycle, man. But here's the thing. You can't judge people for that. Right?
No.
It's people out there that's really going through some things. And if the only way you can get your mind off of it is to enjoy yourself on a Saturday night and a Friday night, then that's what people gonna do.
Yeah. They really hurting. Really hurting.
Yeah.
But it's a sad thing when they finally get to the point where they take themselves seriously and find out how much actual damage they've done to themselves mentally, spiritually, and physically. And I think this is one of the reasons why a lot more people are actually checking out of here sooner than later.
No, I get it. Yeah. I get it. I mean, the problem doesn't solve it itself, It's just like you said, it's the temporary Band-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, it's not making things better.
Mm-hmm. Someone said it seems like not too many people want to put in the work. People are looking for that perfect piece to fit them without willing to mold and be molded. They're not willing to be molded or be molded.
Yeah, that's the selfishness I was talking about earlier. Look, so I'll put it this way. I've been out the game for a while, but I went to marriage counseling.
Mm-hmm.
And so my pastor told me something that I've never forgotten. I don't tell my wife this, but at the end of the day, he said, you are going to have to suffer more than you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at first I took that as, that's not fair. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But as time progressed, I understood what he understood about me. My temperament will allow me to sacrifice more than my wife will. And because of the fact that she's not capable of the same type of forgiveness that I am, that burden is going to be on me. It's not fair. You know, and sometimes I lash out, you know, sometimes because it isn't. But even when I do that, I still realize that it's only going to come back and bite me because I'm not accepting my role. Now, that's just particularly me. That's what works in my house. But once again, I'm not a selfish individual.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you, man? What's your take on how you define a successful relationship or a successful path?
I think that getting together it should be the easiest thing. The work comes in where you are being diplomatic and meeting each other where you are. I was saying to someone basically, okay, dates. Dating is a shit show because we're putting the cart before the horse. I don't even know whether I like you. And for me to sit down and do one of the most sacred things that you can do with someone, to break bread, to literally do that, says that I'm in league with you. I'm in covenant with you. That's serious. But to take it that lightly and to continue to do it as a measure of infusing each other's lives is false. My thing is, if I get up in the morning, I read, I pray, I walk, I do my little workout, whatever that is, I hit the office. You know, if I'm on the water, I like to go get on the boat. I like to skate. You know, whatever it is I like to do. If I'm offering those things to you and you're willing to meet me in those places and vice versa, that's where the true infusion happens, meaning that I'm actually seeing you in your element. I'm actually a part of what it is you are doing as a man or a woman, actually allowing you to walk in your purpose or see you in your purpose and see whether or not that's for me or not. How I can be of service to you in your purpose or not, and vice versa. The intimate aspect things we already know. If we're in each other's company, the physical attraction is usually the first thing that's going to get you there anyway. So there's nothing.
It's the easiest part.
Huh? Yeah, it's nothing.
That's the easiest part.
Yeah, it's the easiest part. So it's about whether or not, you have so many people out here now that have been married for 15, 20 years and say, well, I love him. I love her. I'm in love with her. I'm in love with him, but I don't like his ass. I don't like the way they do this. I don't like the way they talk to me. I don't like the way, there's all these blanks in how we should be governing ourselves together. I don't like the way or the fact that this person is not as considerate to me and considerate of the things that I want to do and vice versa. Those are the steps that have been missed because we're too busy trying to do the prompt and circumstances as opposed to doing the work. It's just like anything else. You go and you got to work for it. Even if you're scamming, God damn it, you got to work. You got to put in the thought. You got to put it to paper. You got to walk through the motions and make sure that you dot the I's and covering the T's and being able to back in and out of the situation. But when we get into these shit show dating relationships, all of those steps are missed. because now we are already at the honeymoon phase and we've done no work. So now after that gets boring, you're laying around with somebody that you don't know, which is, like I said, a lame colloquialism. It's just some shit we would talk to say, because I can't think or feel for nobody else. I mean, unless you are shit telepathic and you're an empath or some shit. Yeah, okay, give you that. But we miss those steps, and then we wonder why. Like I said, after the honeymoon phase is over, we can't get along, let alone build something together meaningful.
So everything that you're saying, I define it this way. The number one reason that I believe relationships fail is because one or both people don't know their role. You have to know what your role is in the relationship.
Yeah.
In order for you to be able to function, you have to know where you are supposed to fit. And the problem is that we're too busy trying to make the other person fit.
Right. Well, I mean, if the door is open and we meet each other where we are, there's not a level to it. There's nothing that's missing. There's nothing missing. It's not that hard. The work's not that hard. You there? Seems we're freezing up. I got you. I'm still here. You there? If you're just joining, man, the topic of the show tonight is dating a shit show? Is dating today a shit show? How many people of us been on dates? We've locked in the folks and we've had failed opportunity after failed opportunity to have something of substance. And this is what we're talking about. You back? Are you back? You kind of froze up. I get you back? We lost him. Maybe I'll log back in. We'll get him, bring him back. Anywho. Yeah. Seems Instagram, they're allowing the streaming thing to hang on one second. Let me be sure that they're back. Yeah, if you're just joining, once again, like I said, the topic tonight is dating a shit show? Is dating today a shit show? I mean, so many people, like I said, have had horror stories with that same thing. Meeting folks, not meeting them where they are, looking for the feel good, but not willing to do the work. The one true thing about the work that needs to be put in, man, before you start latching on to other folks like a leech and being anything, is that you got to be happy with yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, can't nobody make you happy, no matter what they do. No matter what they do, how much they give you, how much you do for them, vice versa. If you're not truly happy with yourself, there's nothing anyone can do for you. You're a lost cause. You're a lost cause. And you're in the way. You're in the way of people's happiness that a lot of us truly deserve to be happy. So, yeah. Take the time, man. Do the work. Do the work. Hang on. Let me get back up on IG. Anyway, beautiful day. How many people are enjoying the fall? Because we are in the fall. We are in the fall now. In the fall. And it's kind of, it's rushing in, it's ushering in. It's not taking its time. The weather's changing. It's getting milder and milder every day. Yeah. If you're just joining, man, the question is dating today a shit show? Listen, you know, you have so many people that are in these movements and buying into bullshit, you know, cults and so on and so forth, like those Dominions is what I call them. You know, those dudes that follow Kevin Samuels and his bullshit. My thing is this. Who the fuck is he to measure somebody's value? That's my position. And I'm not a bashing kind of guy. I congratulate motherfucker getting his money and so on and so forth. But I gotta call a spade a spade. Who the fuck is he to govern somebody's value? Listen, how much you earn, how much you make, what you doing, and all that kind of stuff, that doesn't govern your value. No. That's just his opinion. And like an asshole, we all have one. All right. To me, dude is anything. Anything. There's no way I can tell you there with a heart of gold and you have the integrity that is magnanimous, that you can't have an individual who has everything to give you in the world. Spiritually, mentally, monetarily, everything. Who am I to tell you you are a 2 at best? You're a 6 at best. That's bullshit. One man's junk is always someone else's treasure. And that works both ways. There's somebody for everybody. It kills me to see these people get on this motherfucking show and let him do the shit he does to them. He's sitting there to bait you and tear you down for the amusement of other motherfuckers that are sitting there that is just as fucked up as them. Or if not, they've been brainwashed to believe that they're that messed up. And I'm speaking majorly about these, I don't know what to call them, the guys that follow this motherfucker, that have that belief that, yeah, you know, she's not a this, that, and the other. No. And let me dispel some shit. Tonight, I've never, ever, 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 ever gone at a woman like that. If I call you out on something, it is because I care and I see other things in you that you don't see or may not see. And it's for you to do better. It's all constructive. It's never to do damage, never damning. Someone says women with low self-esteem thinks it's entertaining. You know, it's entertaining to an extent, but when it's intentional, that's not entertaining. What's entertaining is you can have conversations like us where, you know, I'm talking, you know, people coming in and out. You have your opinions. If we're on point, we may be off base, but then we can find different things that we can meet on and then joke about, even in situations. But there's never a situation where someone's going to tell you, hey, look, man, you need to man up because, hey, at your age, all you got is a library card and you're dumping trash and you're living in your mama's basement and whatever, what else? Who are we to say? That may be that man's calling. God may have him in that basement for a reason. That's something he needs to see. For all we know, he could be there taking care of his mother. We don't know. Sometimes it takes longer than others to, it takes some longer than others to get that shit together. But what bothers me is that people are that hurt that they're willing to dial into that shit because it's their choice. Just as like it's your choice that you're here tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here tonight. And we're having this conversation. So what I'm saying to you is, in your dating, while you're dating, the fact that most of us don't take the time to really figure out what we want, we consistently make others victims of our circumstance. And that's bullshit. This is that microwave age where we want it now. We're not willing to put in the work. But you know something? Just like you damaged the individual that you plugged into, they may be damaged too. I said it last night. If you can find an individual that's willing to deal with your bullshit, you better believe they're carrying more hurts than you, because anyone with eyes can see bullshit. And if you're willing to lay in it as opposed to get up and turn a shovel to get up out of it, man, you fucked up too. And you got to recognize people hurt people. And I'm saying that in the realest sense, because motherfuckers out here ain't playing now. They will hurt you behind your shit. So be sure what you're stepping into and how you plan. Be honest. Be honest day one. Don't even sleep on it. Be honest day one about what your intentions are. You want a high value person? You know there's responsibilities that come with that. And that's basically meaning the person's discipline has been focused enough and they've been blessed to have not the responsibility over things. Having responsibility over things, that means that you have governance over others' lives as well, because of the decisions that you make. Through the decisions that you make provision for others. So it takes a certain individual to be able to do those things. It's not about going and work for some white collar motherfucker that you just got an office in the corner. And that's that. We're talking about people who are really responsible for those that are coming behind you, walking next to you, walking beside you. So when you're dating those kind of individuals, you got to be on point, because the expectations may or may not be that high, but those individuals are really watching and can be turned off and bored very easily. It would fare you better to be honest. Everybody wants honesty, but most are not willing to be honest. That's another thing that makes dating a shit show. How much can you do? How much can you lift? How far can you run? Can you keep it up? The facade. Ain't but 7 days in a week. Ain't but 7 days in a week, 24 hours a day. While you're running around keeping these facades up, what are you really investing in yourself? What do you really have for yourself? Someone said you have to know you're unhappy first. Yeah, that's a part of it. That starts there. Denial is a motherfucker. Once you can get beyond denial, then the possibility of growth, or the growth, is immense. It's limitless. But most aren't. Y'all get up, y'all get ready. It's Friday, it's Saturday. You go get your little outfit, you get your hair cut, your hair did, and I'm going out to have me a good time. And whoever stepped to me, I'm gonna let it all hang. Just like the brother said, it's Friday. I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna enjoy myself. So at the end of this, it's like, well, what are you really doing? Where do you really go with it? Where do you go? How okay, some may say this. Oh, let me put it this way. You can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself, goddammit. Think about the one-offs that you've had. Think about the close encounters that you've had. Now, I ain't talking about ET or no shit like that. I'm talking about skin on skin encounters that you've had based on how you felt. Most individuals will go out and allow whatever they were feeling prior to them doing something control the rest of their day. Give me an example. If you ever, well, I'm sure somebody know a murderer. I'm sure somebody who's known somebody who's done something in the heat of passion, whether it's a domestic or some shit like that. You might have knocked a motherfucker out in Walmart. Now, once it's said and done and the consequences have to be paid, the individual's mindset be like, damn, if I'd have just walked away from that 5 minutes and cooled down, and my life would be on a different path. But the same thing is applicable in these dating situations. If I was willing to just meet this individual and say, hey, well, what is it you'd like to do? What do you do with yourself or for yourself? If an individual can't answer that question, yeah, I don't need to fuck with you. You don't have anything that you do. I'm not willing to just come sit with you and do nothing. I mean, that may fly. We can have some serious conversations and in depth. But what I'm saying is that I'm speaking for me. I'm not one that allows grass to grow under my feet. I have to go because I'm always thinking. I'm creative. I like to put things to work. I have to have a task. You know, if I'm not playing, I'm sleeping, or I'm hustling. I'm working. You know, I'm doing something. So sitting around, that won't fly with me. Maybe with some, but just not me. So right then and there, I already know we won't work out. Not as a couple, but maybe as friends, you know. But these are the answers that we need to be seeking, as opposed to just, I like what I see. Now let me see if we can go to dinner. Now you broads, y'all need to check yourselves, because y'all have them expectations that that's what should go down with you, when in all actuality, shit, what have you done to deserve someone to take you anywhere? You show up, used up, expecting. And on the other side, you've been found weighed and wanting. So now, any person that's really about their weight and goal, they know you ain't worth shit. You anything. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get to the point where we can transact this little transaction. And then I'm going to figure out a way to wiggle on out of there and move on to the next. And that's what happens. This is why a lot of you, excuse my position, it is a shame that you have so many Black unmarried women out here, unmarried and unhappy. You think it's about you, and goddamn it, you're so far from the truth. It's not about you. And that's some real for you. It's not about you. There is a duality. And a lot of you all's problem is that you don't consider the individual that you are approaching. You think they're supposed to be there for you at your beck and call to do what it is you need to do. And I'll say this to you, brothers, if you relinquish yourself in that way, you have already lost that broad, because when you do that and you're not walking in your purpose, you have removed the confidence and the security and the safeness that she was attracted to in the first place. So yeah, she's going to be gravitating to somebody else who's talking that good shit and walking in his purpose. And 9 times out of 10, that'll be the individual that she either fucks around on you with or leaves you for. So yeah, got to be day one, man, all the way around. However you get into it is how you need to be consistent with it and don't change. That's why I say being you is always more than enough. Stop the shit show, okay, and be about the business. Have those serious conversations in the beginning about who are you? What makes you special? opposed to, I mean, aside from being attracted to, you know, what makes you tick? What are your thought processes? What are your hurts? We can't get too far into your darkest. When you feel comfortable, you'll share those things with me. But what are your triggers? What are the things that make you livid? You know, that could bring you to the point where you want to spit because you're so mad, you know? What are those things that bring joy to you? What are those things? Yeah. Look, get you a date, get you a love, but get your shit together first. Yeah. Get your shit together first. Because that's all that matters. People got a lot, but they ain't got shit. Because they're not too busy trying to get themselves together. They just want to get what you got so they can get going on to the next. Usury is wild, man. And it's temporary. I don't carry an MD. I'm not here to medicate you. And I'm not going to allow you to abuse me in any way, shape, or form. And that's my prayer for you guys. You beautiful people. And all you're getting, get the fuck off my line.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
I had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert! All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.